Good morning, you're listening to The Breeze. It's Rob Doorrey with you. A pretty tough time for most of us during COVID-19, especially if you've been stuck inside, if you've been isolated. And of course, the kids situation. I know for myself and my better half, having the kids at home from school, that homeschooling's been pretty tough, probably more on my better half than myself. But what about those parents that are separated? Even a tougher time in many cases for them right now, working out how to make those arrangements work under the tight conditions at times. And this was a conversation that I had only the other day with a good friend of the radio station from Creevy Russell Lawyers, Vivianne Tonscheck, and thought I'd get her on really briefly to just discuss some of the questions and answer some of those questions ever so briefly. We have Vivianne on the line. It has been a pretty tough time, hasn't it, Vivianne?
Well, very stressful time, and the biggest question is how to accommodate fixed arrangements for the children, even if they're with or without orders, with the limitations imposed by the government. And our advice to clients is try not to stress, communicate well with the other parent, even if it's just by email, and call for help. Mediators, solicitors, everyone's still working in the family law sphere. You are not alone. There's always support.
And what changes have you guys seen around that space during COVID-19 as far as your ability to work and work through these things for people?
Well, solicitors and mediators and other court officers are actually adept at assisting people via telephone anyway now, because we've got such a wide population through Australia. But all the processes are actually all running well, and parties or parents are getting the assistance they need as and when they need, with advice, with mediations, with negotiations, all electronically and via FaceTime and Zoom and Teams and all the other avenues available to them.
All the other avenues that many of us, if we hadn't used before, we're learning to use them now. Sometimes some of us not so successful, and we've seen also these funny situations that are appearing as well. Well, Vivianne, thank you very much for your time today. And I guess the big thing to get across today was to not stress about this. There is help there. There is assistance. And in fact, if anyone wants to get in contact with yourself or your team, Vivianne, what's the best way to do that?
So you can find us via our Facebook, search Creevy Russell Lawyers, or you can check us out on our website, www.creevyrussell.com.au.